Shane here, coming from the 2014 World Green Infrastructure Congress. I'm with Tong Mahn AHN.
Yes.
Yes, and you're a professor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am a professor of landscape architecture in the Seoul National University.
And you gave a very great talk earlier about sustainability and green roofs and infrastructure happening in Korea.
Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about your work?
My job is basically teaching students, and I enjoy telling them that the future will depend very much on us, and we'd better make the future a safe and happier place for us and also our descendants. And I think if people live very luxurious life, consuming much material goods, then it will make our descendants live in a much less safer place. So I encourage my students to live a rather decent, humble life and think of the future environment themselves. Yeah. So I really would like to encourage my students to be environmentalists themselves.
Yeah. That's excellent. Such good advice. And I'd like to ask, what would be the most rewarding part of your job?
My job?
Yeah.
Well, many of my former students are now working as landscape planner, designers, or urban designers, planners, and I believe they think of future environment, and they would like to make the cities more greener.
Yep.
So it's my really pleasure that I have told them that they think of the environment in the future and finding themselves trying to do that in their jobs to make the cities greener and much more environment friendly. That's my pleasure.
So if you had one piece of advice for becoming sustainable as cities and as a species, what would that one piece of advice be? Well,
we all think of our happiness and the happiness of our future generations, and happiness depends on our beliefs and our attitudes about our lifestyle, and consuming more material goods would not make ourselves happier. That's the findings of psychologists and economists and socialists and so on. Rather, when we find ourselves live safer and more healthier in the environment, we'll be happier.
Yeah.
And we'll be happier when we have our good friendship with our friends and the community people and so on. So I would give the advice that you'd better live a rather humble, decent life.
Yeah.
And share the material goods with the poor people, and then the society will be rather equitable and we'll be happier.
Yep.
Rather than the society has much more wealthier people who consume more of the resources of the world, and there remains many more poorer people. That's so-called social segregation.
Yep.
So we'd better live in cooperation, sharing materials, and keeping the environment healthier and more environment friendly.
Yeah. That's such great advice, so thank you.
See you, any one of you, sometime in Seoul, Korea.
Will you be at the one in Japan next year?
Sure, yeah. Yes, sure.
In 2015, the World Green Infrastructure Congress will be held in Japan, and maybe one day in Korea?
Yes, sometime visit Seoul, Korea, and I will show you around some green projects in Korea.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.